Good morning. Happy Saturday morning. This is a collective video. If it resonates with one of you, please consider subscribing to the channel. You don't have to, but it will be friggin' awesome. I wake up around this time early because I usually meditate, think about what I'm going to write for poetry if it's raining, and things of that beautiful nature. And the birds are definitely up. I heard them outside maybe 30 seconds ago before I pressed play on this video. So yeah, beautiful Saturday, beautiful time to get outside and get into nature. So let's see what beautiful messages the universe, our ancestors, spirit team, spirit guides has to say. I gotta get used to these nails. I'm about to just take them off. I usually just paint my regular nails, but I'm gonna shuffle these a little bit better. I'm having a great day. So let's see. What messages do you have today for the collective, spirit team, spirit guides? Let's see. Spirit team, what message do you have for the collective? So we have the Six of Pentacles. This is generosity. You're generous, or somebody could be generous towards you. Okay, balancing something out. Okay, giving back to the community. This can also be inheritance too. Six of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what else is collected. Six of Pentacles. We have the Devil card here. Already really in the morning, the Devil card. This is, addictions, bad habits. If you could think about bad habits, it's like drinking, smoking, hanging out with toxic people and environments, controlling, codependency, relationships, etc. Control, so okay. Yeah, the Seven of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Okay, let's see. Hold on a second, I hear something. Okay. So like I said, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Devil, Seven of Wands, and Five of Pentacles. Let's see. So far I see there's like a bit of a struggle and some financial loss here. Maybe because it is because you have some attachments or limited beliefs here with the Devil card here. That's also probably making you holding back from being generous or something like that. Maybe you have some addictions you are spending on. Maybe you want to stop the addictions because you're wasting your money. Let's see what else. But there's also potential for growth always here. Okay. Now, Six of Pentacles. What is this, spirit, guys? Oh, the Magician. So manifesting. Gemini, Virgo energy. You're in this energy collective, or this is you watching. You have a very powerful mind and voice. You're bringing your dreams, what you think into reality, as above, so below. You have that inner knowledge, that wisdom to connect to the divine, as well. So I see that you wanting to create change when it involves your finances. Okay, and you want to move forward. We have the Six of Swords here. So you want to move forward to calmer waters, possibly when it comes to your finances or getting rid of unhealthy addictions or attachments. That the Seven of Wands, I see you have to have your guards up here or create some boundaries here because you have financial instability or loss, or you could be feeling left out in the cold, like you don't have enough for yourself because of possible addictions as well. Why is it only this side acting up? My shirt keeps moving up. Let's see what's the devil. Yeah, you're undecided. We have the Two of Swords here. Yeah, you could be in your head, like there's a decision that needs to be made. Okay, but I feel like you can't control the situation by escaping the devil's temptation, your shadow self. Okay, but it's making you indecisive how to move exactly or what to do, which is why I see with the Magician card, you're manifesting. Okay, and with the Seven of Wands here, you're on guard. Okay, you're on guard. So I see you being a little bit in this situation. You could be going over your finances, like kind of looking at it as well. Let's see. Let's get on the Seven of Wands. Ooh, Ace of Wands reverse. Okay, so a lack of motivation, lack of energy, not really motivated to start anything new at this time until you get everything, I guess, organized and together with your finances. Due to some possible addictions, maybe you like to smoke, vape, or drink, whatever it is. It's unhealthy. Party, gamble. You're on the defense here, but I can see you're getting tired of it as well, getting tired of always being without some finances. What's the Five of Wands? You're in conflict. We have the Five of Wands here. I said what's the Five of Wands? This is Pentacles. What's the Five of Pentacles? We have the Five of Wands. So there's some conflict here. You have some inner conflict with yourself because we are indecisive with the Two of Swords. Okay, we're indecisive here. Like you know what to do exactly, but I feel like it could be hard or a struggle. Okay, let's get three more. Two of Swords with the Devil. One card. Yeah, so you're deciding you should walk away or not from this controlling situation. Okay, with the Eight of Cups, walking away from what no longer serves you. Emotionally, is not making you happy anymore. You know why? I hear you. But I see you walking away. Hold on, put these down. I see you have the decision. Collective. The Two of Swords, the Eight of Cups. Thinking, walking away from this controlling, toxic situation. And you know what? You probably don't notice this, but maybe your friends and family are noticing this too about you. And maybe they try to reach out, maybe to help you, give you some advice. If you haven't, if you told them, of course, if you want their input. But I can tell that, your family, somebody close to you knows this, that you're struggling with some finances, and Seven of Wands, that you have your guard up. Okay, and I'm feeling that you could be a bit stubborn, like, oh well, I don't care, I need this, or whatever. Sometimes you could take a gamble when it comes to this, is what I'm getting. Now, this may not resonate. Remember, it's not going to resonate with everybody in the whole friggin' world. Okay? But, or maybe you know somebody like this, collective, and this is a message for you to, the Lord have mercy, to, help them get back on track. I love this hat. This is natural ASMR, hearing the nature outside. You don't need anything AI generated up in here. Okay, so right now it's making you have some few setbacks, okay? Some few setbacks, or somebody you know or love is having some setbacks because of the addictions, codependency and stuff towards, what no longer serves you, which is this stuff here. Okay. These nails are like, I'm just wondering how you do it, girls. We'll stay somewhere reverse. The Page of Swords. So I see that you could be tired, keep being curious about your finances and just feeling like a gloomy day because you're looking over your resources right now and your finances, trying to get everything in order, okay? So you're trying to gather some information that sparked your curiosity, okay? You could have got a message or news or something that your finances were not right, and it had you looking like the Page. Okay. You was probably a little bit moody as well if you're a smoker because of your finances or somebody you know. There's a need to, you should be curious when it comes to your finances. You should be curious. That way you won't be stuck in your head, having inner conflict with yourself, to the point where you're feeling overwhelmed and, you're making yourself sick. Let's see, one more card for you, my beautiful collective. 5 of Wands. What is this? 5 of Pentacles. Why is that here? For the love of God, just pick up the damn card. And here we go. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So something you're working on, invest in. Okay, yeah, you need to invest in your finances. You could be in conflict about this, about maybe how to invest. But I see that there's potential for growth here. Okay, you're the proud farmer. Look at you. I love that. I love that. Don't you just love a man who can get his hands dirty without caring if it's clean or not? You just get down in there, get down and dirty and get to the business, to the job, planting those crops, planting those seeds for a better future. Because when you plant those seeds and stuff, it's showing that your mind is maturing and you're starting to think healthy. Okay, so this is beautiful. You're starting to think healthy. Not only that, this is lots of potential for abundance and financial gain, but you have to start investing, okay, and get rid of all those toxic addictions. Okay, the Page of Swords. You have the information. Now it's like, what do I do with it? What do you do with it to turn this Ace of Wands to an upright Ace of Wands? I'm going to tell you what you can do. Start to get those hands dirty. Okay. You have abundance here, Planting the seeds for success can cultivate prosperity. Okay? So, if you have your guard up, you're probably wondering, well, what's going on? My finances, why am I feeling like I'm left out in the cold? What's going on? Well, due to your investigation, you have some unhealthy, or somebody who has unhealthy addictions, attachments, okay? So now it is time to make that move, make a decision, collective, and start investing, my loves. Okay? Okay. The bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups. You feeling like, you or someone feeling like there was a loss, some regret, basically. You know, things just didn't go as planned. This is why you're behind. Start investing and thinking smart. Money don't grow on trees. Well, yes it does, because papers is made from trees and paper's money. Anyways, the Empress, yep, Ace of Pentacles. Look at you. You can be started something solid, and we have the Four of Wands. You could be buying a house once you start investing. Believing in yourself. We have the Empress, Taurus, Libra. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, another earth sign. So this is definitely solid. Okay. The Empress, you know, birthing. Okay. Birthing, creating your ideas into reality. Everything you create comes into fruition. Okay. How I say fruition to addition. Okay. I'm going to get you, what's this? With the Ace of Cups, have a fresh new start. Okay. A spiritual journey as well. Okay. But a fresh new start to begin. And also to start to love yourself. To know that you don't have to be attached to the devil. No, this is not a Capricorn. This is just a overall theme thing. Okay. You don't have to be attached. Okay. Or be in devil energy. Yeah. Fresh new start. Once you start finding the balance and focusing, you have the ability to be flexible. You do. You have the ability to be flexible and focus. Put your mind at right, get some rest, and do what you got to do. So, let's get you a little bit of, let's get your inner child message. I don't want to do what's the tea and ruin the thing. Shuffle these cards out first before I begin. Let's see. Let's shuffle these out. And then I'll get you what's the tea. These cards are just like flying out of here. Okay, what's the tea? What are you guys doing today, by the way, on this beautiful Saturday? Are you guys going out, taking a nature walk, visiting friends and things of that nature? Bam, there you go, collective. 10 of Cups. Are you guys going out, visiting friends today? What's the dealio? What's going on, y'all? This deck is called The Strange World of Tarot, by the way. I have another deck that came in by Runic. Runic, R-U-N-I-K, Runic Tarot. It came with cards, but it's making me scan the book with that square. Listen, no, I'm not doing that. Just give me the book. But it's a Runic deck, but I'm going to do that once I dye my hair red. I'll use that deck. I don't know why. It's just telling me red, red, red. Okay, collective. Let's get you an inner child message. Why? Because our inner child speaks to us all the time. And with inner child, your ultimate healing comes from within. Beautiful. Book. I had this for like a year. No, 2 years. And by the way, I'm really fast learner in corporate America. But when it comes to tarot, I'm like totally autistic and like a slow learner. So I've been studying it for a year and I still get lost sometimes with it. Because sometimes the story just be not resonating. Everybody tells me bond with the cards. I did that and everything, but I like my cards to be strong. I'm drawn to strong cards with strong images. Like, for example, if you have the two of swords and they're showing like two cats, like, I'm not resonating with that. Show me two fireballs in your hand, or two thunderstorms, or two big boulders with electricity coming out of them. I'm like, yeah. I have a little wild side. No, not like that. I'm a pretty boring person. I stay home. If I go out, it's only to like take a walk. Or like, if sometimes I shop online, but I will go out to the mall because that's how I meet people. I really don't have much friends, to be honest. I have about 3 good friends. I have. Yeah, about 3 good friends. That's about it. Yeah, honestly, just that. And I don't even see them that much. Like, here and there. I'm a soloist. I'm a loner. I don't want no partner. I don't need no partner. Like Chris Tucker said. I'm just kidding. No, but I am, like, I just usually stay in my house and connect with vibes, frequency, nature. Like, if you go to YouTube, you can actually put in meditation frequency. I don't like the music. Music throws off, and music can lower your vibration depending on the hertz, and the frequency can actually throw off your balance. So I like the raw. I like the real. Like apple cider vinegar. Give it to me, baby. That's strong. And apple cider vinegar is not to be diluted in my cup. I drink apple cider vinegar straight how it is. Give me that burn in my throat, like when you're drinking ginger ale or something, or Coca-Cola. I used to like Pepsi, but I switched to Coca-Cola. Pepsi's very sweet. Okay, ancestors, what do we have? What messages do we have for my beautiful collective today? Good morning to you. I know some of you are like, shut up, I can't take this. Guys, I'm a lovable person. I hate saying that because I like people to just tell me they want, but it just, I don't want to seem like I'm bragging. I'm not, but it's true, you know. A lot of people think because the way I look and dress that I'm a mean person. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Far from the freaking truth. Far from the truth. I'm a freaking nerd. You can ask me anything about Harry Potter, I'm on it. Harry Potter, some Chinese music I love Chinese, Arabic music. I love Queens. I love some hip hop. Biggie Smalls, you know, I'm more like the old school hip hop. Let's see. Oh, that came right out. Okay. I like to read about on deck. Speak to yourself with kindness, okay? Become aware of how you speak to yourself. Positive affirmations. It's power, okay? There is hope ahead. See that? Because remember the reading talked about addictions and you experiencing some financial loss. But there is... I like the bird. Hold on. Okay. There is hope ahead. Have courage and take heart, for there is hope. Okay? And here's a picture for you to look at it and soak up in. Okay? Now let's read it. Page 35. Okay. Page 35. I'm just going to probably read up here for you guys if you want. Okay? Whatever. Let's see how my energy feels. So, there is hope ahead. Life is a journey filled with many highs and lows. Sometimes a low can be followed by another and another until all that is remembered are the low places. It is at these times that it may seem as though there is nothing left to hope for, and all that remains are the ashes of what once was. If you have pulled this card, know that there is hope once more, collective. So don't worry about losing, being a little bit, having some financial instability. We all do. We all have a little trouble when it comes to finances. We live in an unfair world where the friggin' inflation is jacked up, whatever is jacked up, jacked up high and also jacked up too, jacked up to the floor up, and all this stuff we try to manage as a whole in society because, the dollar amount is controlled, but I'm not going to get into that because I'm very political. I had the FBI come to my place many times, all because of my politics. Yeah, trust me, yes. I had planes delayed because I had to get out of the line to be searched and everything. I had FBI knock on my door about the Boston Marathon bombing. Why? Because I prayed in the same mosque as the people did, because I'm Muslim, but I've been through a lot of shenanigans with the government and the court. They even put me in a newspaper in the news because they said I said something about Hillary Clinton. Listen, these people. But anyways, now here's a wonderment exercise that you can do. And by the way, I was just protesting because the war back in the day with Palestinian and, not Palestinian, Israel, Jews, and the Muslims, it was going crazy back in those times. And the government wasn't doing nothing. Everybody's killing each other and things of this nature, and they try to get America involved. So I went down to the protest. Okay. So, wonderment exercise. Now, this is an exercise you can do, collective. You don't have to. It's your choice. But here it is. Now is the time to let hope in. There is so much good waiting for you ahead. There is a deep and divine love that is always present and always waiting to wrap you up in its arm. That's my battery. I never charge it full. I'm going to start doing tarot ASMR. Or bubblegum tarot. I have so many ideas in my mind that's coming to me fast. Always these great ideas. I just got to learn to bring them out, I guess. But, okay. I had one idea before, and somebody, I swear to God, it was on TV like 10 years ago. Present and always waiting to wrap you in its arms. You are held. Okay? You are loved. You are never, ever alone. Reach out today unto the divine and be held by love. So beautiful. Reach out to the divine. Kind of like the temperance card. Having that balance, that patience, alchemizing the forces of energy, testing out the waters, dipping your feet in, dipping your feet out. Straight path to the sunshine. A little narrow here and there, but that's okay. So here's a little journaling responsive that you can do. Responsive journaling prompt. How long is this? Okay, so it says, how does it feel to let hope reside within your heart? Do you feel apprehensive when you think about hope, collective? I'm dark. Hope is the belief in something that has yet to come. That's a good explanation. Even if we feel that we have no guarantee that what we hope for will arrive, it is far better to let hope into your heart than it is to keep it out. So remain hopeful. That's a beautiful message, and I get it. You don't have to be shy. Well, I'm shy, so you don't have to be shy, but just shuffling the cards out. When you haven't, or maybe you know somebody who has addictions, it's not just addictions because they want to do it. I feel, now this, man, you have to understand, this is not for everybody. I feel that some people like that, not all, some, yes, some, stems from the environment they grew up in. Let it come forth. Give yourself permission to feel it. Feel those feelings, wanting to do better, having the hope, these people, some people cope better that way. Okay, they cope better that way because it takes their mind off of it. But if it's getting to the point, and I'm not judging you, hey, just judge. I only judge by what's apparent. But because we're human beings, this is us. It's impossible unless you're a robot. But some people need their little smoke. I hate to say it, but they do. I'm not encouraging nothing. I'm just saying some people need their little smoke or drink. You don't know what people have been through in life. But if it's coming to the point where it's getting worse and worse to the point where you don't have money and you're losing some finances, to the point where you don't have enough to make it through the day or something the next day, then it's a bit of a problem. Maybe you should cut back a little bit. But like I said, reach out to your friends, family, whoever it is. You don't have to force them to change. You can just lead them to the water. If they want to drink step by step, let them. But if there's no change, just hate it in your heart because you feel for them. If you can't change it with your hands, if you can't change it with your tongue, giving them advice, then the least you can do is hate what they do in the heart and pray for them. Pray however you pray. Pray for them with a sincere heart, with true intentions. Okay? So that's it for today. Thank you so much, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting the Word is Deep Intuitive Poetry Oracle Tarot. Please get outside. Get into nature. If you can't be able to go outside because you're homebound or bedbound or whatever, then pull it up on the phone and look at the beautiful nature there. Thank you so much. God bless you. And have a beautiful rest of your Saturday.